Hello there, it's your neighborhood unfriendly Spider-Man because whatever they did to my knee yesterday at the doctor's office, my knee is on another level pain-wise. Now, I don't know if I've stopped getting alerts on my phone, but they did re-up my Neuron. I'd like to have about 5 of them right now, but I wouldn't have any way to get them anyway. So, you know, besides, yeah, besides the impossibility of climbing onto that, working that scooter. Yeah, just impossible. Getting that scooter out from where it's located, getting it outside, riding it to the drugstore. You know, it's like, I think they deliver. I don't know. I used to have this one drugstore that was pretty cool called Davies, and they would just have some random looking, hobo looking dude just show up at your door and just hand you your pills like a drug dealer. That was pretty cool. But I don't know how this CVS place works. I'm pretty sure they don't deliver controlled substances. And since Naran is a controlled substance, all I can think about right now is like this pain in my leg is outrageous. But as far as my doctor's visit, as you saw yesterday, I was fairly well loaded. And I went in there and found it right away. I didn't have to walk very far, so I wasn't walking on my leg that caused the grief. I'm pretty sure it was the guy working my knee back and forth saying, "Does this hurt? How about if I bend it like this? Does this hurt?" And I'm like, "Not really." Said there was a lot of static in there, so it's kind of hard to tell. I can't bend it very far. But man, does it hurt today. I woke up about 3 o'clock in the morning, and when I came out of there, I was really angry when I was in there. I mean, if I wasn't on a milligram of Xanax, and I started out with 10 milligrams of Valium, ended up taking 15 milligrams of Valium. If I wasn't all loaded like that, uh, yeah, I would have been nasty because I was angry already, and the nurse was rude to me. The doctor, I don't understand why people are so damn insecure. I asked the doctor a question. I was like, I'm on this stuff called flecainide. Do you know what that is? He was like, of course I know what that is. I worked in cardiology for like, you know, like, chill, dude. I was going to ask you some questions about it. That's why I asked you if you knew what it was, you know. Um, it's like, are you like insecure because you got a doctor over top of you, this Dr. Mason guy, and you're like a younger 30-ish year old new doctor? It's like, how are you more insecure than me when I'm a high school dropout? What the fuck is your problem? You know, so I actually had to like get back in his good graces and be like, well, you know more about this stuff than I do, so I wanted to ask you, like, about the drug, and like, I was like kissed his ass a little bit to make him feel better the rest of the appointment. But the whole time I'm thinking, what the fuck is wrong with these people in here? It was like, the nurse even snapped at me. Like, she was asking me questions, and I told her like my current doctor is incarcerated, and she said, "Well, when's the last time you saw him?" And I said, "Well, he was arrested on May 28th." And she cut me off and said, "I didn't ask you when he got arrested. I asked you when was the last time you saw him." I'm like, "Are you a fucking district attorney?" To myself. I'm like, "Look, this is what I said word for word. I said, look, honey, I'm just trying to remember when was the last time I saw him. It's been a while. You know, it's what I said to her." And I was like, I thought about it and I was like, probably sometime last year. That's about as specific as an answer. It's like, what the point of that answer is? If you already know the guy's in jail, and like they seem to be like, apparently mentioning that a doctor is a rapist in a doctor's office is like taking a massive fart. It's not you. Is that somehow like, you guys are individuals? I'm not a doctorist, you know. If one of you all commits a crime, I don't blame all of you. It's just something weird I've noticed since my doctor's been accused of rape and set to go on trial. It's like you don't want to bring that up. You know? But yeah, she just cut me off and was like, snapped at me like that, and I snapped back. I was like, what the fuck? And then the doctor is all touchy and insecure because I asked him if he knew what a drug was. And he's like, yeah, I know what it is. I was a cardiologist for so many years. And he's snapping at me. And by the time I got out of there, I just wanted to hit somebody. I was glad when I went and stood outside with my walker leaned up against the wall. And I'm like, I hope nobody talks to me or comes anywhere near me because I'm not happy. And yeah, I wanted to hit somebody. I was like, what the hell kind of doctor's visit was that? And then, he was like working my knee back and forth and was like saying, does this hurt? Does this hurt? And it's like, at the time it wasn't hurting, but it's hurting worse right now than I kind of like ever remember it hurting. And I thought like when came home from the doctor's apartment, I'd be all chill and relaxed and stuff. And I was like dopey. And I put the video up of me like clothed and ready to go. Wait, because I just had time to kill. And I'm like, well, I can kill it this way. This is the way I usually kill time is by, either delighting, amusing, or boring the fuck out of people on the internet. So like, why don't I just do that for 15 minutes while I wait for my ride to come? So, but yeah, if I wasn't like relieved, I was just doped out of my fucking mind and just like literally, I wasn't kidding. I literally like passed out while I was just trying to write something in the description with my somehow my finger got on the number 7 and I woke up and like the whole page was filled with sevens. And I'm like it took me like even on reread I put an A for about. There's just the A there. I didn't put the bout part of it. So yeah, I was all fucked up yesterday. But I was like, if I wasn't all like anesthetized like that, I mean, I might have walked the fuck out of there because I can get an attitude like real quick. Um, you know, the receptionist was nice. But anyways, that wasn't. I got to stay clothed, and I just had to. I showed the guy my leg, and he set me up with. I told him like, there's only one person that'll take my insurance. It's Omni Orthopedics. I'd like a referral to that. He's like, I'm not gonna try to make you do anything that you don't want to do. And I'm like, you couldn't anyway. After he snapped at me, I was like, you couldn't anyway. And I looked at him and I said, unless it's something physical, because you look like you're pretty strong. And he laughed. And then he said, I'd like to get you, he wanted to send me someplace to get an x-ray. And I'm like, no. He says, well, I don't like you to send you to orthopedics like empty-handed. I said, last time I went to orthopedics, and they're associated with Mercy Hospital. They did an x-ray just out of the blue, and I already had an x-ray on file. And it just didn't make any sense. And I heard from somebody else that Mercy is like a notorious bill padding place. I just said no. And I'm going back for like a physical since I'm a new patient, which will involve nudity and being further tortured. But it's not going to involve anything, no prostate exams, no colonoscopy suggestions or anything like that. Because now that I'm 50, I'll be like, look, I'm not in prison. As long as I'm not in prison, nobody's messing with my ass. It's like, if I get whatever, I've already got CRPS, I've already got heart disease. I'm going to tell them flat out, I'm dead serious. Like, I'll just take the 9 millimeter aspirin. I don't give a fuck how they take it. You know, they already know I'm seeing somebody for, psychiatry, but I'm just going to tell them that. I don't care how they take it. Because I was like, man, you think I'm going to hang in there and fight cancer with CRPS and a heart condition? I could barely get through the fucking day as it is. Give me a fucking break. Uh, it's stupid. So yeah, you're not violating me. I've been violated enough. It's gonna happen. I mean, it's gonna happen because I'm gonna get a physical like a month, and I think that's part of the physical is the old glove, and the finger. I'm like, nope, not happening. They'll be like, it's just routine and standard. I'm like, I don't care. I'm not in prison, so nothing's no colonoscopies, no fingers up the butt, nothing like that. Nothing, no butt stuff. I'm not in prison, and yeah, you're not a 300-pound inmate. But anyways, definitely a weird experience altogether. I mean, whatever that guy did to my leg, my leg hated it. And I mean, he, the Neurontin might already be in the drugstore, and I haven't checked online. And the bad part is like I have somebody I could ask to pick it up, but by the time they would get there, the pharmacy would be closed anyway. So that means like it's Wednesday. My aid worker may come on Friday at 9:45 p.m. So hopefully whatever's going on with my knee will stop because it is, like I said, it's as bad as it's ever been. He just kept bending it and saying, "Does this hurt? Do you feel this?" I didn't see the point of it, other than he didn't like me questioning whether he knew what fleconate was. So I just asked him, "Do you know what that is?" Because I I don't know. Bunch of dogs going mad ass outside. But it doesn't matter. I got to have a doctor. But I think the reason why um, I didn't feel any relief is like I got to go back in a month for a physical. I got to have more confrontations with medical people. I'm starting a whole process here. I got to go to Omni Orthopedics and be messed with by them. I don't know what the hell they're going to do with my knee to fix it. And then I got to, I'm starting a whole thing. And me and the medical community obviously do. They don't seem to like me very much. And, well, a lot of people don't seem to like me very much. Um, but I'm just opening up a whole can of worms. But this can of worms needs opened because, I'm not doing too good. And I have to be able to start walking right again. That's like the knee is the main thing. If I can start walking right again and getting outside and walking, that changes everything. I don't know if I'll ever get back there though because it's been 5 or 6 years now with pain in my leg and or knee. And sometimes it goes all the way down into the foot, into the ankle. And I don't know. I may never be able to relearn how to walk again because I already have CRPS and which he called CPRS. Didn't even get the name of it right. I didn't call him on it because, he might be like, "Oh no, man, you don't think I'm a real doctor because I got this goofy ass little haircut and I look like a little kid." It's like, man, read fucking lax, Jesus, like whatever, man. I don't know if what that dude's deal was, but yeah, he's like, you don't know what he's dealing with. CRPS. He was like, you know, he didn't ask me any questions about it because he didn't want to reveal the fact that he don't know anything about it. So he didn't ask me no questions about it. I'm sure he went after I was out of there. He was probably googling on his computer like, "What the fuck is this shit?" Um, but anyways, he was like bending my leg all around, saying like, seeing what he could do with it, and then squeezing the calf muscle and feeling all around and stuff. And then I was all zonkered when I come home, and then I slept off and on until like 3 o'clock in the morning. And today is the day that the cat has to be kicked outside. The low tonight is going to be like in the 50s, and we got some lows coming up, hovering around 40, which will be rough for him. But I can't live with him. I just can't live with him anymore. Um, yeah, it's harsh, but I mean, I got a lot of stuff to deal with, and I don't know what If every time you wake up in the morning and you feel like death and you don't want to be alive and you got a horrible day filled with pain ahead of you, and you open the door and your nostrils are assaulted by the smell of rank cat shit every fucking morning, and then you got a cat in your face, begging you to take care of it. It doesn't care about you. It doesn't care about anything but itself. It's like yeah, it's trying. I got to walk around it because I got like this narrow walkway. I'm stepping over top of it, and I could barely lift my leg up over top of him. You know, I'll take care of him, and like I have in the past, and put the food outside. Some point today, I'm running them outside and just leaving them outside. They have to be exposed to the weather before it gets really cold. Uh, I'll have to look it up online to see how long I think they need. It depends on how the weather goes around here, but they may need a month to 2 months to develop that undercoating to protect him. That doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to leave him out all the time. It's just he has to be outside all the time for a couple of months to get acclimated to being outside, which he is, of course, going to hate. Then I got to set up like my dish lowering system to feed him outside or go out. I can't really feed him on the porch because then I would have to open the window and he'd just jump back in while I was trying to give him food. He'd be jumping in the house. And that wouldn't work. I'd have to go outside. That'd be like another hideous morning ritual of like, I just want to get my coffee and, embrace my suffering and my miserable life and crawl back in bed and wake up slowly. I don't want to like have to go outside in the cold first thing in the morning mixing up stinky cat food and in a bowl for a cat. Um, it's like I talked to my friend yesterday and I was like, it's him or me. It's like I can't, you know, just can't do it. It's like I got too much stress anyway. I got a cat that's trying to trip and make me fall all the time. It's stinking up my house all the time. It smells like a sewer out there. No matter how often I clean the litter box, it doesn't matter because he doesn't cover it up. I'm the guy that's covering it up. And then, I woke up this morning and he's sitting like I said, right on by the microwave. I'm like, well, this butter's got to go in the garbage because he sneezed on the butter. That's actually how I was greeted this morning as I walked outside this prison, this solitary confinement room, and opened the door, and he looked at me and sneezed in my butter first thing in the morning. So I'm like, throw the butter away. So he's got to go, and I don't like it. But it, if the place was set up a little different, if it wasn't like just one big hallway and like it had like a little, oh, for instance, you go to some people's houses and they got the cat box like my one friend had it like on the landing toward the basement steps. Another place I was at, they had like a little hole cut in the bottom of the bathroom door. And they would keep the bathroom door shut and the cat could walk through the hole, and they kept most of the stink, you know. And that was like in the upstairs area anyways. They had a couple of bedrooms up there. I lived in a house for a while. And it kept most of the stink like in the bathroom. But here it's not like that because the door has to be open and, for him to have access to the litter box, and it's just a hallway. So I'm greeted with, it's no way to start the day. I mean, I got enough problems with keeping my, fighting every day. Every day I fight to keep afloat like any of y'all. And yeah, I don't like it, and he ain't gonna like it, but it's the way it's got to be. Um, that's why I wanted to farm him out to my brother, because my brother has a garage he can hide in and has like warming beds and stuff, and would take better care of him than I would. So, I mean, I can set up like a cat box for him. I already have one out there that I can clean up, get the spider webs out, and that doesn't mean they go in them necessarily. They don't feel comfortable inside. A lot of times they don't feel uncomfortable inside of a box like that because they can get trapped in there, and like another animal can. They like to be free to run around and stuff. They like to be like sitting in boxes that are open. But I'm getting off track. But yeah, that I've had a cat for years. It's like he's not the friendliest cat in the world, but I like him, and it's I don't like making this decision. I'm not gonna like it later on in the day when I chase him out. But like I said, man, I got a small way to walk, and he's like gets in my way, and I end up having to feel bad, like half kicking and pushing him out of my way because I can't lift my one leg up to step over top of him half the time. And the more important sanitary issue, and like really being greeted in the morning by that horrible rank sewer smell every morning, knowing that you're going to open the door and it's going to hit you. It's not going to make you want to get out of bed and get your day started. But yeah, so I'm thinking like I got like a month. My nerves are kind of rattled this morning, but I did do something productive this morning, and I tweaked my auctions a little bit, the ones that were already up, and I added a couple of more expensive auctions to it. But I think I'm just gonna leave it at that. Not mess with those. I just don't feel like it with. Yeah. Right now, I don't feel like being conscious. It feels. I don't know how to describe what my leg feels like. It's just screaming pain. It's bad. Like whatever he did to it. Well, he just kept bending it, further and further back and asking me when it, like somebody poking you when you have appendicitis, like tell me when it hurts. You know, it's like I have CRPS. I don't have normal feelings, so yeah, I might not feel it until the next day. You could have asked me some questions about CRPS the same way I asked you questions about this flecainide drug. If you had any fucking humility, you punk kid. This guy's got to be no more than 33 years old, tops. A punk kid for a doctor. But yeah, it just surprises me that there's so many people out there with self-esteem issues, and they're so like transparent about it. It's like other doctors are different. Like they'll ask you like, "What do you take that for?" or "What is that?" They'll ask you questions and stuff. This guy was like, definitely had a fragile ego, and I didn't care about my fragile knee very much, apparently. So yeah, another fun experience at the doctor's. That wasn't the actual Dr. Mason guy. He just introduced himself as Jeff. That's all I know him by is Jeff. I don't know his last name. Um, I don't know his official title either. Uh, he's a doctor, obviously, but I don't know like they have different ranking or levels. I don't know. I don't know much of anything right now. Too much pain, and no. It's like taking aspirin for this is like shooting an elephant with a BB gun. It's stupid. I don't have no painkillers in here. I mean, and I took enough damn benzos yesterday. I took a 5 milligrams. I got up at 3 in the morning. It's around 9 in the morning. I took 5 milligrams of diazepam. I started to feel it a little bit, and a blood pressure pill because my heart was kicking. And yeah, the fun's just beginning. Just beginning. Be more doctor's appointments and uh, more unpleasantness in my future. Uh, and here's the thing: it's like there's no guarantee they're going to help me. They could actually make me worse. It's like what they did when they stuck the tubes in my knee and they were trying to drain it. There's no guarantee that they're going to help me. It's just like the status quo isn't really doable. So you kind of like I said, I'm willing to roll the dice. I mean, go ahead and cut me if you want to do surgery. I'm down to, yeah. Like I said, I'm down to my last orthopedist, and I have to do an end around and approach it from the CRPS angle, and go to Cleveland Clinic and claim I have CRPS, and they'll find a great, even like pass it off. Like, I really don't know what's wrong with my knee. They told me I had a Baker's cyst before, but they said it burst. Like, come around it like at an oblique angle, and you know, then maybe something will get done about it. I don't know. Right now, walking is yeah, just laying here is bad. I had to get up and eat because I didn't eat much yesterday. So all I did was grab like some cheese and some bread and ate a couple of cheese sandwiches, and I'll take a vitamin over there and call that dinner for a while. And I'm just holding on here for no reason at all, just out of habit. That was pretty much my appointment, you know. Uh, got hooked up with the neuront and didn't really get asked any questions about the CRPS. Had my knee bent all kind of crazy directions it didn't appreciate. Uh, had a rude nurse, an insecure doctor, and am set up to get a physical in a month. And am getting a referral to Omni Orthopedics, which I already had a referral from the incarcerated doctor before the COVID thing hit. They're pretty much my last hope as far as getting any kind of surgery or anything of real consequence done with my knee. So, yeah, I'm not in the best of moods about the whole thing, obviously, even without the pain. Uh, it's just, yeah, I thought I would have like a sense of relief, and it's like I was the opposite of that. It's like it's horrible. Uh, yeah, it's just I come out there, I just want to take a swing at somebody. It's like, just want to hit somebody, and actually, man, I better call somebody. So I called my best friend first, and he didn't answer, and then I called my niece, and she answered, and then she's a little short tempered, and she's just under a lot of stress, but she's also short tempered. And he kept calling me back, and it was blocking out what she was saying, and then she was getting like irritated with that. And I'm like, well, since I'm just kind of irritating you, and this guy keeps calling, let me talk to this other guy, and I'll talk to you later, okay? She's like, yeah. And she was having a conversation with somebody else while she was on the phone with me anyway, so I was just like, needed somebody to talk to after that. And after I talked to my friend for a good while, and then I just like literally was trying to type in words and just like nodding off. It's like, wow, I'm just about to pass out. So I wasn't in there for all that long. I mean, the appointment, somewhere around the hour. I was probably in the office for somewhere around an hour to an hour and a half. I didn't keep track. I was too busy trying to negotiate these weird egos people have. People and their damn egos, man. Um, but I can look at it on the bright side. Something's going to get done, even if it's bad. Yeah, even if they fuck me up worse, which is a good possibility. I know there's just going to be more aggravation in my future as well. I'm just, you know, I knew that already. Um, I don't blame like my cousin in Florida that just doesn't go. I don't blame people that are just like, nope, not going to the doctor. I know so many people not going to the doctor, not dealing with it, you know. And it's like, yeah, I can understand that. I really do. But I was like that for years, and then I had the heart thing, and I was like done with the medical community, and then I had the heart thing, and it's like, kind of don't have a choice. That's when I had my heart episode, and I was like, I'm leaving. And I was in the hospital with arrhythmia, and I'm like, nope, you can't keep me here. I'm gone. I'm walking out. And the guy is like, give me 5 minutes. Let me talk to you. I talked about before. That's it's like oh no, they got me. The enemy has me. I'm behind enemy lines. Fuck. I gotta escape immediately. And then I didn't go to the doctor uh, for 10 years after that. After I got done with that cardiologist, I would just make my cardiology appointments. And then, there was a space of time in there for years again where I didn't go to the doctor until I had more cardiac problems. And then you kind of don't have a choice in the matter. And then they were like, the first time they said, well, you don't have a general practitioner. We're going to set you up with somebody. And then I just blew that off. But the second time, it was with uh, Dr. Cook, who of course is in jail. And I was like, yeah, go ahead. And I went to see him. I went to see him for like 5 years. And I don't know, probably longer than 5 years. But I've been on here too long anyway. I'll go back to watching the football game. I just wanted to tell you how my appointment went and make my prison joke. Um, yeah, this is like disorienting. A disorienting amount of pain. I wish I had that Neurontin now that I gave that war vet. It's like, it's funny how people never volunteer their fact that they have a heroin habit. Yeah. Or like, hi, how you doing? Nice to meet you. I smoke crack. You know, it never happens. Oh yeah, by the way, I like autoerotic asphyxiation. People are never upfront about stuff like that, you know. So I was like, if I knew the guy had a problem with heroin, it's like I'm not giving away all my drugs to him, and I have Neurontin right now, and I'm not on here pissing and moaning and whining like a little bitch about the pain that I'm in. Anyways, like I said, I keep it. This is relatively short for me. This is probably like a half an hour. I'm just taking a guess. Yeah, 32 minutes. It's good enough. So I don't know if I covered everything or not. I don't know. I got a headache to go with the foot, go with my leg, like my elephantitis of the leg problem or whatever. It's just god awful, man. It's like never been this bad before. I honestly can't. Well, it's bad enough that I can't think back. Well, I can't think, so I can't. It might have been worse before, but it's bad enough to where it's blocking out all thought of the past. You know, it's like, yeah, it might have been worse before, but I don't remember it being any worse at the moment. I don't know. It's definitely worse than when I lifted weights and worked out on Saturday, and then Sunday it was like, oh God, this hurts. And I had 3 Neurontin left, and I took 2 of them. And I took one the next day, and that was the end of those. Anyways, I'm supposed to say goodbye, right? So, yeah, goodbye. Yeah, and I shall uh, annoy you soon. Man, those cheese sandwiches aren't going down too smooth. I gotta get my vitamin and some water. Goodbye.